You're right.
Tottenham on tour. Oi, oi.
Who are you oiing? But no, good evening, gents, everyone in the chat. And wonderful thing for you to just read that out, Marlon. Wonderful thing. It's amazing what this football club does to unite people around the world, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And this is the thing. I saw it and I thought it just stood out to me straight away. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this guy his moment because I read it and I thought it was such a great thing to say. And it's amazing what football clubs can do. And you know what, Brian? Because I know you're very big on the whole board situation. And there was obviously there was the overlap the other day that was talking about this. All football clubs are now becoming an entertainment and they don't want these local fans and this, that and the other. But this is what a football community does to you.
Correct.
It's about your brothers, your mothers, bringing together your sisters, your daughters, right? There's so many relationships are created due to football. And there'll be some created tonight. There'll be people who've gone to their first game with their sons, their daughters, and there's a memory there. Even when you lose. So this is why it just stood out to me. And it's something like that I'd like the football club owners to realise that's football. Do you know what, mate? Mic drop. I don't think I could say it. I don't think I could say it better. First of all, the most important thing to say is sometimes football is just a game and the score don't matter. And Bentancur's health and well-being certainly comes above all that. And hope he has a very speedy recovery and is nursed back to health. We'll wait to see what it was, but that didn't look good. But sometimes football isn't the most important thing when you see things like that happen. So exactly.
Sending mad love out to Rodrigo Bentancur and his family at this time.
So, Brian, talk to us about the game. Talk to us about this game.
Can I wait before you even go into it? Is there an element where you think Ange tactically outsmarted Slot?
Listen, I've been on streams recently. Saying I want to see changes from Ange Postecoglou, and from someone that has defended him, and my defenseman was starting to run thin, and I was at one point I thought, yeah, we do need a change, but today he made those changes, and today the players, everything was spot on. There is nothing. Listen, I'm big enough and man enough to be able to say, yeah, I got this wrong, or yeah, I said this, and I'll own it. And today, fair play to Ange Postecoglou. Damn, absolutely got it bang on the money today, didn't he? And he had to adapt because of the Bentancur injury. So him and every single player deserves a lot of respect, credit, and praise today. I put on a message that I put that it was a very resilient, professional and disciplined performance today. And that's exactly what it was. We got the job done, and fair play to them.
So where do you think we tactically got it right today to be able to pull out? Because to be honest, we had a Porro chance, we had the one that was offside, and we also had the goal. We had a couple saves from the goalkeeper, but they wasn't as clear-cut as what we had.
I think we had the bigger chances, you're right.
Well, first of all, obviously, it was a massive call from Ange to start the goalkeeper, Kinski.
Oh, massive, yeah.
He's got that right. And I'll tell you what, I can't remember the last time I saw a goalkeeper. Obviously, we've only seen him for one game, but my God, how comfortable was he with the ball at his feet? We've gone through a period where the ball's at the goalie's feet and we panic with the style of football we played. But those fears were obviously, there was no pressure on that today. I think that helped the back four. Marlon, I quickly tuned into you and Ash at half time, and you were talking very much about how the back four are outstanding today. They really, listen. Listen again. Like I said, you have to give credit where credit was due.
Yeah.
And the back four, especially when you look at it, that you got Archie Gray, who is just. I was delighted when we signed him, but he's now putting in very good performances as a centre back, which is going to be incredible for his development when he becomes the number 6.
Correct.
And
I agree.
You got Spence, who I call Google Street View, because you just pick him up and pop him, whether it be the left back, the right back, the centre back, and he seems to do it. He had a great job today. The goalkeeper was great today. And Marlon, it was you I was speaking with, wasn't it? After, I can't remember what game was it, where I was talking about Dominic Solanke's hold-up play.
It might have been Chelsea, I think the last game I did.
Chelsea with Amir.
Yeah, it was me and Amir, wasn't it? Yeah.
And today he's done it again. Unlucky with his goal. His hold-up play and work rate for the team is just outstanding. I think it's so wildly underrated, like we've discussed before. But also, Lucas Bergvall's just growing and growing with every minute, isn't he?
Yeah, you can see in the last few games that he's starting to look like, I think we all said out of the summer transfer window, even the most permanent persons it was a crap transfer window, have all said Bergvall looks like he's going to be a player, though. I think everyone has said.
But just on that, though, what do you lot make of the whole yellow card incident? Because obviously Slot's come out and he said, Ange has been moaning on the weekend about balance, I don't want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to say anything, but, Ange was complaining, and that's all I can say. That's all. Right. What did you make out of it?
Brian, do your thing.
This is the thing, it evens itself out, doesn't it? It really, really does. We were all going, I think the Newcastle goal, which stood, was a goal, but I understand the controversy it caused.
Yeah. The rules, basically. On
the rules, yeah, exactly. And then you can look at it, was the goal offside? For my view, it did look a touch offside, but I've seen so many people say, the lines did. I think it was a bit closer than what was being made out. It's evened itself out. Itself out. Should Bergvall... One thing I will say with Bergvall is he's got that bit of Dele Alli in it, hasn't he? He's got that bit of bite. He has got that bite, and he's picking up yellow cards. So
I like it.
You got... Oh, no, you loved it with Dele as well, didn't you? But he's just got...
It's when he lost. It's got to manage it, though. It's got to manage it. But, I actually like it all.
But,
exactly.
Brian, when Slot looks back at the two bookable offences that Bergvall had, he should never have probably been booked for the first one, though, correct?
Exactly.
Needs to go, for me, he can sit there and complain. Yes, in hindsight, because the referee hasn't made that decision in the game, which we both sat there and went, all crap, he probably should have been sent off. But actually, when you look at the whole correct decision of the two yellows, he should never have been booked for the first one, because I think it's Diaz that takes the dive.
Yep.
So...
you look at what he should have got more annoyed about, and obviously VAR can't get involved in it, was obviously the Porro header when it should have been a corner when it wasn't. But obviously corners you can't really get involved in. But like we said, we take a 1-0 win. Now we just got to try and hold it at Anfield. But listen, that game today, I will honestly admit, I thought we were going to lose today. I think many people will say that they thought that. Whether they care to admit it is another thing. But I can't listen. I will always give credit where it's due. And today, Ange Postecoglou, every single Spurs player, although let's just talk. I think what we got to look at for Tamworth is Sonny and Kulu need a rest.
100%.
Kulu's running on absolute empty.
Fumes.
He's literally he's on fumes. Yeah. Hopefully we can make a few changes for Tamworth, because there's some players that are on absolute empty and need to have that rest.
I think Solanke was one of them. I know you said he was good hold-up play.
I agree.
Most of the best part of his performance today, I think, came in the last 12 minutes. I thought he kind of didn't press as much as he has been in that first. Maybe it was an instruction.
Yeah, conserving energy, though.
Yeah, he could have been conserving energy. I could be wrong in this, but it wasn't the Solanke that I've seen in the last few weeks. And I like Solanke. I just thought he was he wasn't the Solanke that we've been seeing for the last couple of weeks. But Brian, quick question before I let you go. If I said to you, right, we could lose the North London derby, but we'll get through in the second leg.
Oh, what are you doing, mate?
We win the North London derby, but we go out against Liverpool.
He's on form, mate. He's on form.
Which one would you take right now? Of course, I've got to ask you difficult questions, bro.
Is the stream going and we need to reboot? And what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?
Because you know what? If you get to the final, there's always a chance you could lose.
You could lose, yeah.
You could lose in the final.
But that North London derby, I know it's
juicy. Could derail the Gooners. Derail the filth.
look, there's a chance we could win both, right? There is a chance, a slim chance. However, but in this situation right now, I'm offering you a final probably against, I'm going to say Newcastle.
Yep.
Or it's a case of we don't play it, but we win at the North London derby, and probably let's be honest, we could ruin their title chances.
Oh, now you put the title chance in. You've made it even worse.
Yeah, of course.
You made it even worse. Do you know what? I want a cup. I want a cup, and I want to get to a final. Does 3 points against the filth propel us and set us on a journey to go up the league?
I know what I'm taking. I'll be honest with you. I know what I'm taking.
I think I'll take going to a final. Go on, Ash, what's your answer?
No, he's deflecting.
No, you're genuinely asking. I can tell. I would take a final. I would take a final. You know why, though? I would take a final because Arsenal going to bottle it anyway. So
yeah, listen. We're in the semi-final right now, 90 minutes away from Wembley. We play the filth twice every year. If I had to sacrifice losing a North London derby, and I never ever, that's the one game that I just at all costs don't lose. But if you say get to a final, then it's got to be. I said at the beginning of the season I want this trophy drought after. So I've got to be true to myself.
Brian, also, who knows? Who's to say that Arsenal won't make it and beat Newcastle in the return flag?
That wasn't the carrot I was dangling, so...
No, but I'm just saying, imagine we get to meet Arsenal in the final. Imagine you get to meet Arsenal in the final.
The reason why I asked the question,
Go on.
Because we are 90 minutes away from making the final, so it is looking favourable. But I'm going back to the whole Manchester City game last year where Ange was saying to us, we need to think about the trophies and stuff and not about the Gooners. And you've actually gone and said actually the final is more important right now. And maybe this is maybe what Ange wants from the fans, and maybe
roundabout way. Yeah, no, you're right.
That's why I asked the question.
That's a good question. Yeah, no, it's good.
You know what, Marlon? It was a great question.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know what? I just hope Newcastle get through, because do you know what? Playing that lot in the final, it's either going to be the most magical day of our lives or one of the worst days of our lives. And I don't think my heart could take it.
Can you imagine if we lost I can't even iron it out. I can't even say it. Yeah. That's how bad it is.
Exactly. So then we'll get Newcastle in the final. I mean, Newcastle are looking very, very strong anyway. But I said at the start of the season, I've said it many a time on here, I want a trophy. I'm not concerned about the league final position this season, so I ain't changing my mind on that.
Brian, as always, thank you.